Are you feeling that nagging worry about your bones? Perhaps you've started to notice little aches. Or maybe you know someone who's had a fall. And suddenly, the strength of your bones has become a very real concern. It's a painful reality for far too many of us as we get older. The fear of a fracture, the thought of losing our independence, or even just the daily discomfort that comes from weakening bones can truly cast a shadow over what should be our golden years. We're often told to drink our milk and eat our greens, and we dutifully try to do just that, believing we're doing everything right. But what if I told you that one of those seemingly healthy leafy greens, the very one you might be eating regularly, could actually be working against your efforts to build strong bones? It sounds unbelievable, doesn't it? Almost shocking. Yet, it's a truth many aren't aware of. A silent saboteur lurking in some of our most beloved health foods. In this video, we're going to uncover which leafy green to be mindful of, why it poses a challenge for your bone health, and most importantly, what delicious, bone-strengthening foods you absolutely should be enjoying instead. We'll also look at simple habits that can truly boost your bone density and protect you against those dreaded fractures, helping you maintain your vitality and independence. So, settle in, because you'll want to watch to the end for a surprising truth about what truly strengthens your bones, and one simple change that could make all the difference. Now, let's dive right into this surprising topic, starting with that tricky leafy green we just mentioned. For years, we've been told that spinach is a powerhouse of nutrition, packed with iron and calcium. And it absolutely is, in many respects. But when it comes to bone health, especially for those of us over 60, there's a subtle but significant caveat we need to understand. The challenge with spinach lies in a natural compound called oxalic acid, or oxalate for short. While spinach certainly contains calcium, it also has one of the highest concentrations of oxalates among common foods. What happens is that these oxalates have a strong affinity for calcium. When they meet in your digestive system, they bind together, forming calcium oxalate crystals. And here's the crucial part: these crystals are largely insoluble, meaning your body can't absorb the calcium that's locked up in them. So, even though you might be eating a large serving of spinach, thinking you're getting a fantastic dose of calcium for your bones, a significant portion of that calcium simply passes right through you, unutilized. It's not that spinach is bad, not at all, but rather, for bone strength specifically, its calcium is far less bioavailable compared to other sources. Think of it like trying to unlock a door with the wrong key. The key is there, but it just won't work. This is particularly important for us as we age, because our bodies become less efficient at absorbing nutrients, including calcium. If we're relying heavily on sources where calcium absorption is already compromised, we could be inadvertently shortchanging our bones. For example, if you're making a daily green smoothie loaded with raw spinach, you might be getting a lot of nutrients, but for bone-building calcium, it's not as effective as you might hope. Steaming or lightly boiling spinach can reduce the oxalate content somewhat, as some of the oxalates leach into the cooking water. However, it still doesn't make it an optimal source of calcium for your bones. So, the takeaway here isn't to banish spinach from your plate entirely. It still offers other wonderful vitamins and fiber, but rather to be mindful of relying on it as your primary calcium source and to enjoy it in moderation and alongside other calcium-rich foods. So, if certain greens might not be the bone-boosting powerhouses we thought, what should we be eating instead to ensure our bones stay strong and resilient? Let's start with the undisputed champions of calcium delivery dairy products. Think about good old milk, yogurt, and cheese. These foods offer calcium in a highly bioavailable form, meaning your body can easily absorb and use it. A glass of milk, for instance, provides a significant amount of calcium, and it's often fortified with vitamin D, which we'll talk more about soon because it's absolutely essential for calcium absorption. Yogurt, especially Greek yogurt, is another fantastic choice. It's not only rich in calcium but also provides protein and beneficial probiotics, which are great for your overall gut health. 2. Many people find yogurt easier to digest than milk as they get older. And cheese. A delicious way to get your calcium. Hard cheeses like cheddar or Parmesan are particularly concentrated sources. You don't need to overdo it. A small portion with your meal or as a snack can contribute significantly. The key is consistency. Aim for 2 to 3 servings of dairy per day, adjusting based on your dietary needs and preferences. If you're sensitive to lactose, many lactose-free dairy options are readily available and just as beneficial. The point is to give your bones a steady, easily absorbed supply of this crucial mineral, paving the way for strength and resilience. Now that we've discussed the importance of being mindful about high oxalate foods like spinach for bone health, and establishing dairy as a gold standard for calcium, let's broaden our horizons to other incredible foods that will truly nourish your bones and build that vital strength. It's not just about calcium. A symphony of nutrients works together to keep your skeletal system robust. First, let's talk about more plant-based calcium sources that are lower in oxalates than spinach and offer fantastic benefits. Think about collard greens, turnip greens, and kale, particularly varieties like lacinato kale. These leafy greens are packed with calcium, vitamin K, and other bone-friendly nutrients. And because their oxalate content is significantly lower, your body can absorb more of that valuable calcium. You can steam them, sauté them with a little garlic and olive oil, or even add them to soups and stews. Broccoli is another excellent choice, providing not only calcium but also vitamin C and K. Small, often overlooked powerhouses are sesame seeds. Just a couple of tablespoons of sesame seeds, whether sprinkled on salads, vegetables, or blended into a tahini paste, can provide a notable amount of calcium, along with other minerals like magnesium, which also plays a role in bone health. Almonds are another nut with a good calcium profile, so a handful as a snack can contribute to your daily intake. If you're avoiding dairy, fortified plant-based milks like almond, soy, or oat milk are often excellent alternatives, as they're typically fortified with both calcium and vitamin D to levels comparable to cow's milk. Just be sure to check the labels to ensure they are indeed fortified. Beyond calcium, one of the most critical players in bone health, often called the sunshine vitamin, is vitamin D. You could be consuming all the calcium in the world, but without enough vitamin D, your body simply can't absorb it effectively. Think of vitamin D as the key that unlocks the door for calcium to enter your bloodstream and then to your bones. Our bodies can produce vitamin D when our skin is exposed to sunlight. But as we age, our skin becomes less efficient at this process. Plus, concerns about sun exposure and limited daylight hours in certain climates mean many of us simply aren't getting enough. Fatty fish like salmon, mackerel, and sardines are natural dietary sources of vitamin D. A few servings a week can make a difference. However, for many seniors, a vitamin D supplement is highly recommended to ensure adequate levels. It's always best to talk to your doctor about the right dosage for you, as they can assess your current levels and needs. But please don't overlook this vital nutrient. It's non-negotiable for strong bones. And then there's a less talked about, but equally crucial vitamin K2. This isn't the same as vitamin K1, which you find in those leafy greens and is important for blood clotting. Vitamin K2 has a unique and vital role in directing calcium. It helps ensure that calcium goes to your bones, where it belongs, and not into your arteries or soft tissues, where it can cause problems. Think of it as a traffic cop for calcium. Rich sources of vitamin K2 include certain fermented foods. Like some hard and soft cheeses, Gouda and Brie are good examples, as well as natto, a traditional Japanese fermented soybean product. Though that might not be to everyone's taste or readily available, you can also find smaller amounts in egg yolks and some animal-derived foods. While it can be challenging to get enough K2 through diet alone, incorporating these foods when possible or discussing a K2 supplement with your doctor is a smart move for comprehensive bone protection. Finally, we often focus so much on minerals and vitamins that we forget about protein. But it's absolutely essential for healthy bones too. Your bones aren't just a collection of minerals. They have a living, dynamic matrix, much of which is made of protein, specifically collagen. Adequate protein intake provides the building blocks for this matrix, which then gets mineralized with calcium and other minerals. As we age, maintaining muscle mass is important for supporting our bones, and protein is key for that too. Lean meats, poultry, fish, eggs, legumes like beans and lentils, and nuts are all excellent protein sources. Aim to include a source of protein with every meal. For example, some eggs for breakfast, a salad with grilled chicken or chickpeas for lunch, and fish or lentils for dinner. Ensuring you get enough high-quality protein daily provides that strong foundation for your bone structure. Remember, every bite contributes to your bone health, building that resilience from the inside out. Next, we'll dive into some key lifestyle factors that are just as important as diet for keeping your bones strong and healthy as you age. So, we've talked about the foods that nourish your bones, and even touched on the role of specific vitamins like D and K2. But diet is only one piece of the puzzle. The next crucial element, often overlooked or underestimated, is movement, specifically weight-bearing exercise. It might sound counterintuitive, but your bones actually thrive on being stressed, in a good way when you engage in activities that put gentle, healthy pressure on your bones, like walking, dancing, or light strength training. It sends a powerful message to your bone cells to become stronger and denser. Think of it as telling your bones, "Hey, I need you to be robust for what I'm doing." This stimulation helps to build and maintain bone mass. For example, if you walk regularly, say 30 minutes most days of the week, you're putting healthy stress on the bones in your legs, hips, and spine. This isn't about high-impact activities if your body isn't ready for them. It's about consistent, moderate movement, even standing up and sitting down repeatedly, or doing gentle chair exercises with light weights, can make a significant difference. The key is consistency and finding activities you enjoy, so you stick with them. Dancing to your favorite tunes, taking a brisk walk with a friend, or joining a gentle exercise class are all wonderful ways to put healthy stress on your bones and keep them strong. Remember, your muscles pull on your bones during exercise, and this pulling action stimulates bone growth. It's a beautiful partnership between your muscular and skeletal systems. Now, while we focus on what to include in our diet and lifestyle, it's equally important to be mindful of habits that can actually steal bone density away from you. Just as there are bone builders, there are also bone stealers. One common culprit is excessive sodium. A diet very high in salt can lead to increased calcium excretion through your urine, meaning more calcium leaves your body than you might be taking in. So, try to reduce processed foods, which are often hidden sources of high sodium, and opt for fresh ingredients seasoned with herbs and spices instead. Another factor is excessive caffeine. While a cup or two of coffee isn't typically an issue, very high caffeine intake can slightly interfere with calcium absorption. The same goes for excessive alcohol consumption. It can hinder the absorption of bone-building nutrients and even directly affect bone-forming cells. And of course, smoking is unequivocally detrimental to bone health, reducing bone density and significantly increasing the risk of fractures. If you're still smoking, stopping is one of the single best things you can do for your overall health, including your bones. It's about creating an environment in your body where your bones can truly flourish, not just by adding good things, but by reducing the things that undermine your efforts. So, let's bring all of this together. We've explored how a beloved leafy green like spinach, while nutritious in many ways, isn't the best calcium source for your bones due to its high oxalate content. The real secret to robust bones as we age isn't about one magic food or supplement, but a holistic approach. It's about wisely choosing diverse calcium-rich foods like dairy products, fortified plant-based milks, and lower oxalate greens like collards and kale. It's about recognizing the indispensable role of vitamin D, often needing supplementation, and the traffic cop function of vitamin K2 found in certain cheeses and egg yolks. To ensure calcium gets where it needs to go, it's about providing your bones with the protein they need for their foundational structure. And, just as vitally, it's about staying active with weight-bearing exercises, telling your bones to get stronger with every step and gentle movement. Finally, it's about being aware of and minimizing those bone-stealing habits like excessive sodium, caffeine, alcohol, and smoking. Remember, every single choice you make, from what you put on your plate to how you move your body, contributes to the strength and resilience of your bones. It's a gradual process, but the changes you make today will build a stronger you for tomorrow. There's no need to feel overwhelmed, even small. Consistent adjustments can make a world of difference. You have the power to take control of your bone health and empower yourself to live with greater independence and vitality. Have you ever thought about how different foods truly affect your bones? Beyond just their calcium content, what are some of your favorite bone-healthy foods or activities that keep you feeling strong? Share your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. Your insights might be just what someone else needs to hear. If you found this video helpful and learned something new, please give it a thumbs up. It really helps us reach more people who could benefit from this information. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more practical tips and encouraging advice on living your best. Healthiest life at every age. Remember, you're not just aging, you're evolving into the wisest, most vibrant version of yourself. Keep nourishing your body, staying active, and embracing the journey of healthy aging with confidence and joy. You truly can live your best life, full of vitality and strength. At every age,